Hi, welcome to Medic Footprints. I'm Dr. Selina. Many years ago, I used to be a medical doctor in the government service like you. I thought I was going to be a specialist, an intensivist in fact, up until I got my back injury and I had to leave clinical medicine. So I transferred to IMR, which is a medical research facility under the government. Now, I had no idea what research was before I got there, and I did not even know what it takes to be a researcher. But I thought to myself that, hey, I'm a curious person. I like asking questions, so why not give it a try? And I also was really fired up to just try something new. The problem was I went to IMR with a mindset, anything but here mentality. And that's when I quickly realized in IMR that I didn't belong there. It didn't suit my personality. It didn't suit my strengths and weaknesses. But the funny thing is, being in the wrong place has taught me a lot about myself. What I like, what I don't like, what my strengths were, what my weaknesses were, my why, or my purpose of starting Medic Footprints. I could do this because I didn't have to rush for anything anymore. I no longer had to rush. I didn't have to rush to complete my rotation. I didn't have to rush to sign up for an exam. I didn't have to rush to collect all the papers, research papers under my belt so that I can apply for masters. I didn't have to rush to become a specialist. I gave myself permission to explore anything and everything I wanted for a whole year. And you know what happened? That made learning and exploring so fun. I decided I was going to give myself 1 year to try anything and everything I wanted. And I made a deal with myself that after 1 year, I'm still planning for medicine to be a clinical doctor. I can always go back. So, I was still, this whole year, I was still at the tug of war with my love-hate relationship for medicine. And it's not easy giving up medicine because it was my whole life. It was my entire identity. Transitioning out was not easy. And it took me about 12 to 16 months to finally come to terms with what I had done. I think you should get our ebook. In there, I explain and describe what it is that I went through, how long it would take for you to get through this transition process. So while I was in IMR, obviously I did all the work that I needed to do, but there were no hard deadlines on myself. It was not like I must be a specialist when I hit 35 years old. I must get my MBA before I hit 35. It was none of that. It was just, hey, let's try something. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And that's how I found all my strengths, my weaknesses by just exploring and trying new things. Here's something I like to point out. Your degree is not you, and getting your degree is not the end. Your degree is literally just the beginning. And life and careers, it's dynamic. It's going to change all the time depending on your life stage, what's a priority for you at the point of your life. It's normal for people to change careers all the time. Other people do it, and doctors can do it too. Maybe you started out as the person who was doing all the legwork, the runner, the ones that are seeing patients. But as you progress in your career, it's normal for you to take up a managerial role, managing your colleagues, your staff, maybe going into administration, because there you get a bigger bird's eye view of the entire organization. So it's a normal process. Some might do it faster than the other, but it's a completely normal process. So if you're thinking of leaving KKM, here are the steps I would recommend you to take. First is to know yourself and know what you want. It's simple, but it is not easy because you actually have to sit down to think about what it is that you want. Where do you want to end up 5 years from now, 10 years from now? You have to plot your career trajectory. So you need to know what you want and why you want what you want. It's very important to know that because you have to have that mindset of running towards what you want instead of running away from what we don't want. And you need to take time to explore this, to really know what you want. Like for me, it took me over a year to realize that, setting up Medic Footprints is my purpose. It is what I want. It is my why. Secondly, understand yourself and know what your strengths and weaknesses are. Remember I mentioned I was in the wrong place? In IMR, that's when I discovered my strengths and weaknesses because I was in a really wrong place for me. I'm an extroverted person. I love talking to people. I love connecting with people. Not so much as, in IMR, you are more of a person who work by yourself, but I'm not that person. So if you know your strengths, you know your personality, what you like, you can place yourself in the right place and be happy with your career. So how to find out what your personality is and what your strengths are? I'll address this in another video, but we also have learning modules on our academy to address specifically this. Thirdly is upgrade and upskill yourself. Well, what does this really mean? For us doctors, when we were working in the hospital, I think that we don't have time to think about this. It's all about just getting the job done. And in that context of getting your job done, the only upskilling you have is just maybe how to do a procedure. But there are so many more skills that is involved if you want to transition out of clinical medicine. Even finding out what your strengths and weaknesses are, knowing yourself, it is a skill because you need to know how to play your skill to your advantage. So I would say you need to upskill yourself, upgrade yourself, upgrade your thinking. You can find all of this on our MFM Academy because this was the gap that we saw with the doctors, and that's why we are providing all this solution. We really want to help the doctors upskill themselves. Fourthly, network. You need to build your network of contacts in the industry if you want to transition out. People usually only hire people that they know. And you can come for our annual Healthcare Diverse Careers Conference and Exhibition, which we have almost every single year in August. Here we have doctors who have transitioned out of clinical medicine to share their experiences. We also have companies who are searching for talents that will be displaying their booth and their companies there. So I created this because when I was looking to transition out of medicine, it was very hard. Everyone I met that were not in healthcare, they kept telling me, oh, why are you not seeing patients? You should go back to seeing patients. So it was not conducive. So that's when I thought we need a safe space where doctors can go out and openly explore all their career options. So be sure to get your tickets for our upcoming Healthcare Diverse Careers Conference and Exhibition this August. And lastly, don't be afraid to start over. If what you're doing doesn't work, it's okay to go back to the drawing board and start again. Once you've gotten over to the other side, I would recommend you to help your juniors, doctors that also want to follow your pathway. I would urge you to help them, train them, coach them, share with them what you have learned along the way and how to get there. Lastly, if you found this helpful, be sure to purchase your premium membership to get full access to our MFM Academy, and do share this video to whoever you think might benefit from it.